My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Jivanmukti Viveka. We understood in last session the three factors which are required for liberation. Can you show this? They are called Vasanakshaya, Manonasha, and Tattvajnana. We also understood the relationship between them. So now, next question comes. Should I do an effort to develop them? Is spiritual sadhana important? If spiritual sadhana is important, how important is? That question is being addressed. Is spiritual sadhana, what is the role of spiritual sadhana in our life? First, you have to understand, mukti is not a result of any sadhana. The liberation is not a result of any sadhana. You are already liberated. You are already mukta. You are already free as Atma. So all sadhana is done to remove the anatma, get rid of anatma, non-self. As Atma, you are already liberated. Nobody can give you mukti. No sadhana can give you mukti. But the illusion that I am bonded, that can be removed through sadhana. Removal of illusion. So it's like another way of saying, I'm not well. I go to a doctor. Doctor can give medicine to remove the disease, but he cannot give the health. Health is your nature. So adnana and vasanas are associated with the mind, can be removed. That's called sadhana. But that is not, does that give mukti? No. Mukti is your nature. So all sadhana is to remove the mental, the mind created disturbances in various ways. Okay. So let us understand the nature of this sadhana, spiritual sadhana. Chitshati Jnana also. So, as I said earlier, there are 7 stages of enlightenment. Shubhecha, Vicharana, Tanumanasi, Sattvapati, Asamasakti, Padartha Bhavani, Turyaga. Out of which, we are speaking of sadhana in the stages 1, 2, 3. So, what are the sadhanas which are there? Sri Vidyaranya speaks of 4 important factors. Self-enquiry, self-effort. Effort is required. We have to put effort because we put effort for earning, cooking food, eating, going out, working. Similarly, spiritual sadhana is required. Effort in spiritual sadhana is required, but not for realization, not for liberation, but to get rid of the troubles created by mind. Mana eva karanam manushyanam bandha moksheho. So mind mastery is what is sadhana. Mastery of the mind. First thing is called prayatna, self-effort. Second thing is discrimination, viveka. Third thing is detachment from pleasures, bogecha tyaktatvena. Fourth is called devotion and grace. These 4 important factors are required in our life in the spiritual journey. This is called spiritual sadhana. So let us understand prayatna, self-effort. So can you see a cobra here? A cobra and a quotation of Paramahamsa Yogananda. The quotation is, sense pleasures yield fleeting happiness, but shut off the manifestation of the subtle and more pure and lasting enjoyments. So let us understand this. Left side is a cobra is shown, and right side there's a quotation quotation by Paramahamsa Yogananda. The cobra, one bite of cobra kills you. You are dead. But sense pleasures kill us every time, every moment. We die multiple times with sense pleasures. You know why? Pleasures, we think it's a joy. Really what happens, they're addiction. Every time an alcoholic drinks a peg, he is getting more addicted to that. A poison would have killed him once, but alcohol kills him slowly every time he drinks. Health goes, family condition deteriorates, mental health deteriorates. So the alcohol is like a slow poison. Multiple times it kills. Sense pleasures are like that for us. Because we get attracted to something, sensual pleasures, and we are not comfortable until we get them. So we put a lot of effort. And every time we put effort, we are burning our life. Our life is getting burned. We are dying actually. Because life is always this moment. Time is made up of minutes. Minutes become hours. Hours become days. Days become year. And year becomes our life. So if you burn the present moment, one moment, you are burning our life. Sense pleasures attract us. I want to get happiness from somewhere else, which is impossible. Because happiness is your nature. Then what's happening? Sense pleasures are based on the gross sense organs. Our mind is attracted to gross physical world. That's why we are dying, because we are not able to recognize the inner self, which is subtle, which is subtler than the subtlest. The inner journey does not happen when we are addicted to sense organs. Anybody who's addicted to sense organs can never be able to do the inner journey. Gross. So that's why sense pleasures are compared to poison. Cobra kills you once, but sense pleasures kill you many, many times in the lifetime. Your whole life is destroyed step by step, minute by minute by sense pleasures. So detachment from sense pleasures is very important. That's why we have heard of the story of Buddha. The Prince Siddhartha, he leaves his wife and goes to the forest. Prince Siddhartha, his wife is Yashodhara, she gives birth to a child. Prince Siddhartha had everything in the world. He was emperor. All experience of sense pleasures were there. He dropped all of them, including his wife and children, and went to the forest for meditation. Why did he do that? Because sense pleasures keep you as a slave to the outer world. Sense organs are nothing but instruments to keep you bound to the outer world. If you want to go inwards, the inner journey is subtle, very, very subtle. You need to get away from the external world. That's where a few minutes of meditation every day is important, because you are cutting off the external world. So external world you should stop interacting with the external world and go inwards to see the subtle aspect of your life. The subtlest aspect of your life is called Atma. When your mind is attracted to gross, you cannot do that. That's why Buddha left his palace and went for meditation. After meditation, it's okay. You can enter into a palace, or you can. Then you can come back. You will not be affected. But to recognize the subtle aspect, you need to get away from the sense organs, sense objects. It's like this, no? It's very simple. Some scientist wants to do some research in the lab. He will move away from the outer world. He will get into lock himself in the lab Months together, years together, he'll observe what's observed is observe carefully. Because to observe something, we need distractions should be less. That distraction, we have to get rid of it. That's the meaning of detachment from sense objects, means that only. It's not running away. Suppose I want to focus on my studies. So if I have to focus on my studies, I should move away from movies. I should not get into sports. I should focus on my studies. Our attention to take it to the self, inner self, we need to move away from self. It's not hating them. It's not dvesha. It is a pure, simple strategy. If I have to go inwards, I need time. For me, when I was working, morning to evening, heavy work used to be there. 9 to 9, 9 to 8. There's no time to go inwards. I used to come home. Night, I used to sit for meditation from 9 to 1 o'clock. Work from 9 to 8 in the morning, and 9 to 1 o'clock in the night is the time for to meditation. We need some time for ourselves. No, we give time for everybody else. All your life, you are giving time to everybody else. In childhood, you have to give time to your family and school. As you get a job, you give time to the job, business. You give time to your husband or wife or children, family. When are you going to give time to yourself, your real self, Atma? That is the time you have to be very careful. Protect yourself. That's the time for meditation. That is time for inner silence. We cannot, all of us cannot be like Buddha. Leave the palace and go. I don't have a palace anyway. If I had a palace, I would have left. Okay. Buddha was emperor. If I was emperor, I would have done that. But I'm not emperor. I'm an ordinary person, right? So need to find some time every day to go inwards, to find the real self, which is subtler than the subtlest. That's the meaning of that. Wait. Let it come. So this is the meaning of the story of Yashodhara and Buddha. Buddha went to forest. So we have spoken of Manonasha, Vasanakshaya, and Tattvajnana as three aspects required for liberation. But out of that, for all this basis is the spiritual sadhana. The spiritual practice is required. Our spiritual sadhana is very important. Sadhana is to master the mind and transcend the mind. Self is already rest. You are already mukta. Mukti cannot get it. What is blocking mukti is the mind. The illusion in the mind. That illusion we have to get rid of. So that illusion is with prayatna, effort you have to do. And then what we call as prayatna, the prayatna has a dimension. So Buddha went to the forest and he did intense practices. We have seen the beautiful figure of Buddha, but we have not seen the Buddha who was like a skeleton. He stopped eating food. He sat meditation for hours together. So intense effort of Buddha is not known. Buddha's enlightenment did come him easily. Okay. So Buddha's enlightenment, it came to him. So we'll continue. With lot of effort. He did sadhana, intense sadhana for 6 years under various gurus. He stopped eating food. He became weak. Now, what did he achieve from all this? From all this, the ego, which is there, I want to achieve something, enlightenment, that ego got purified. Okay? Enlightenment is not an achievement, it's my nature to recognize that a lot of effort is done. Because without effort, effortlessness doesn't happen. There is the nature, law of nature. Everything comes in pairs. Effort leads to effortlessness once you understand the futility of the effort. That's what happened to Buddha. They finally got enlightened. So, Sri Vidyaranya gives another example. The example of the lion. There's a shloka in Sanskrit, a subhashitam. Nai suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mragaha. Lion is considered as the king of animals. Okay? I am the king of animals. But no animal will come to the lion's mouth and say, please eat me, oh Maharaj, please eat me. Okay? Lion has to do his work. He has to chase the animals to eat. What about you? You are Brahman. I am Brahman. Mukti will come to me. Brahman is like master of the universe, king. Example of lion is given because lion is the king of animals. Animal is, I am the king. No animal will come. Hunger has to be satisfied. He has to run. Lion has to run. So you are Brahman. Mukti will come to me. I am anyway Brahman. It doesn't work that way. If you are hungry, you have to put some effort for mukti. That's what it means. Effort is not for getting mukti. Effort is to become free from the vasana and samskara of the mind, which are causing disturbance. So, nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mragaha. Animals will not come into the mouth of lion. You will not get mukti without sadhana. But sadhana is not cause of the mukti because you are already mukta. Then by doing what sadhana, what you are doing, you are actually getting rid of the disturbance in the mind, which is making you feel I am not mukta. Are we clear? So there's a story of then we have another aspect which is important, Viveka, discrimination. Discrimination is very important. Jnana, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa has to be done. Sadhana is to done. One is to get away from bhoga. Sadhana is done to be done with prayatna, master the mind. And Viveka is required to understand who am I. Nitya Anitya Viveka, Atma Anatma Viveka, Dharma Adharma Viveka, discrimination has to be done. So these factors are important. Then last important, most important factor is called grace. Sugriva and Hanuman, Sugriva and Vali, they had a fight. The Vali, the brother, kidnapped the wife of Sugriva. And the fight was there between Sugriva and Vali, brothers. Out of that, Vali will always win because Vali was so powerful. Sugriva is weak. But finally, Sugriva won because of grace of Sri Rama. Devotion of Sugriva to Rama bestowed him the grace. So Swami Vidyaranya says, you have to do your prayatna, you have to do your effort. You have to detach from the sense objects to the extent, apply Viveka. Then most importantly, how to have devotion, bhakti. The grace will flow in your life. This is what is the formula given by Swami Vidyaranya for success in the spiritual life. Anybody has a question? Yes, Deepaji. Okay.
No, Prabhuji.
Who is asking? Who is speaking? Anybody has a question? If there are no questions, let us sit silently for some time and then we'll close with a prayer. At 10:45, we'll have a question and answer session, which will continue with the same Zoom link. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanannani Shivoham 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 Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyakjyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmiham Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. With that, we'll close today's session. Zoom link will be open. Another 10-15 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll start the question answer session. Hari Om.
Hariam Guruji. Guruji, live stream has to be stopped.